Hey, what is going on, everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 Out today. Got some more update content for you guys. This time around, we're going to be telling you everything you need to know about the secret perfume shop farming event, which is now gone live. Been telling you guys to stock up your stamina and your leaves and not to start farming until this event drops, and for good reason. Because in this event, you can farm for Vanitas, which is a event currency here, and you can also farm for Veritas, which is also a higher end event currency here, okay? These two event currencies can be used to exchange for things in the shop. And as you can see, the things with a pink background uses the higher value event currency, and the ones without use the lower value event currency. And you can farm these event currencies by just playing in maps and stuff, and then you'll have drop rates for them, which is good. Right, you can even see here, to acquire Veritas, you have 5% chance of clearing anything that consumes energy, and also when the energy exceeds 8, the acquisition probability increases by 0.625% per energy. You can also acquire Veritas with a 100% chance when clearing content that consumes spectral cores, right? So these are all the things that you can use the energy on, and these are all the ones that use spectral cores. The Vanitas here can be acquired with a 20% chance with any content that consumes energy. Anytime you exceed 8 energy, you have a 2.5% per energy to get a drop here, which is good. And then you can acquire it with a 100% chance when clearing any content with spectral cores, and it's the same list of things there, right? Now, keep in mind that the Perfume Exchange will open for the next week every 7 days. Anytime the next week opens, even if you haven't purchased the stuff from the previous week, right, you have to make sure that you buy out the things that you want, okay? Because the items that don't have a purchase limit cannot be purchased once the week resets, so the unlimited things. Anything that is unlimited will also change every week. We're going to talk about that. All weeks 1 through 4 have different things that you can buy, okay? So 100% recommend you spend your currency on the unlimited items that you want once you purchase any of the limited ones here, okay? And so they give all that information that's kind of hidden. I just want to emphasize that here, right, for you guys before we get into this. So week 1, let's talk about this. Highly recommend, of course, you get the 5-star light elemental ticket. Don't miss out on that. You also get some enhancement items here, which are okay, I'd say. If you need them, get them, but they're handed out in plenty of quantities here, so with most events, you get access to them. But also, if you have just tons of penguins and stuff, you don't need enhancement materials, right? So we also have some returning mana stones and reversion mana stones. These are good for resetting your gears. It's good to have a couple of them laying around in case you stumble across really good gear that you really want to reset. But keep in mind, these are for the limited currencies here, right? So hopefully you should be able to buy these out and still have plenty to spare for the unlimited boxes. When it comes to the lesser quantity goods, I'd just recommend buying out whatever you need here. Right, if you're trying to get priorities, I'd prioritize things like Molagoras and the bookmarks first. Of course, if you like the skins and you're a newer player, you don't have enough skin tickets, grab some skin tickets if you like. The lower quantity materials are used for infinite exchanges of, more common goods. So they're not too scarce that you need to save them all. The things, if you want to skip stuff, I'd recommend skipping the catalyst chests here, because you can purchase catalysts from the from your exchange shops, from like playing regular what is it called, adventure, right? So you can get it from the adventure shops there. And getting charms is also really good. Highly recommend you get charms because they're really limited in quantities, and they're one of the bottlenecks for a lot of players, especially newer players and mid-game players, right? It's a huge bottleneck for you guys in order to enhance your gears, to keep improving your units. Now, the unlimited store for the first week is Spirit Blooms. I highly recommend you don't get these because you can summon these from the Sanctuary. So I'd skip these, and these the currency rolls over into next week, and we'll talk about the the things that you can purchase with these currencies there. Now you see the last box over here, it is pink, so it does require the Veritas currency, and if we click the little info box there, you can see the breakdown of the rates. Now this one is a Catalyst Chance gift box, which means at the bottom you see there's a 1.5% chance to get 80 rare catalysts and a 0.5% chance to get epic catalysts. I would not recommend getting this chest because catalysts, again, like I mentioned earlier, are farmable, and you can farm them through like just adventure stuff, and you can exchange them through their exchange shop. So definitely not really needed here, okay? And so when you're saving your currency, let's go to week number 2. Week 2, you get a 5-star hero selector and a 5-star artifact selector, which is really nice. Highly recommend you get the Bottle of Knowledge as well. And if you do, please get the immunity sets here. There's 6 pieces, which means you can technically gear like 3 units on immunity with these. Decent starting stats, right? As long as you have some good luck and they roll well, they can serve you quite well. Yeah. We also have the mana stones as well here for you guys to pick up if you so desire. Those are decent, right, to have, but let's then talk about the lesser exchanges. You have some more skin tickets if you want skin tickets here for any new players, but we also have reforged materials, right? That's pretty good to pick up, especially if you're early to mid-game player in need of reforged materials. The greater modification gem things and the equipment conversion gem selection chests are also pretty nice to pick up. Artifact charms are a lower priority, I'd say. So these greater and these lesser artifact charms you can skip, I'd say skip them in favor of these, the lesser equipment charms, right? The lesser equipment charms and the lesser accessory charms, these are higher priority. Obviously, they're not unlimited in purchases. We'll continue with the weeks in just a bit. But the artifact charms you can get in like your guild shop with the currencies there with your brave crests and stuff. And those are kind of useless otherwise. So getting them from there, you can also get them from your friendships, I think. You can exchange for them once a week. So there are other ways to get artifact charms, and I would kind of pass on these if you're trying to save up your currency for unlimited purchases, right? You can also purchase, unlimited lesser artifact charms. Not a huge thing. Again, like I mentioned just now, not a huge thing to be prioritizing right now. I'd save the currency here. Now for the epic selection chests here, we have the Charm Chance box. This is a pretty good one to go for because look down here, guys. 0.6% chance each to get greater equipment or accessory charms at 100% quantities, and epic accessory and equipment charms at 50 quantity each at a 0.4% rate. So there's a 2% total chance that you're gonna get some pretty hefty charms here, and that is really nice. You can set yourself up for quite a while with these charms, and even if you fail to get these, you'll at least be getting like 1 charm here and there, right, for these other things. You also have a good chance of getting things like catalysts and stuff. This is why I tell you to skip the catalyst boxes in the previous one, right? You don't need that many catalysts. 100% focus on getting these charms here. That is one of the high priority targets in this. We're going to talk about one that I think is even greater priority for you guys in just a second though, but that's week number 2, okay? So you can farm for week 1 and 2 together for these 2 weeks and then blow a lot of your currency on this. That would be nice. And then for week 3 and 4, you can save up for the upcoming stuff we'll talk about now. So in week 3, you can get Cosmonium, which is actually kind of nice because it lets you craft otherworldly gear, right? Change your gear to otherworldly gear. That's super, super useful. It's a great new feature that they just added with the recent patch. Highly recommend picking this up. Astrium as well lets you craft some pretty nice custom gear. This is also really nice. Highly recommend you pick that up as well. Now, when it comes to these gears, again, it's optional if you want to pick these up. They're really good for players kind of starting out and things, right? I know the gear has pretty good starting rolls, but keep in mind that it is random in terms of what gear gets enhanced, okay? These look like they're more DPS oriented, so do keep that in mind as well. Next up, we also have the Returning Mana Stone and the Reversion Mana Stone. Again, for 50 currency, it's not bad to pick that up, right? And then moving on, we have the Vanitas event currency. For this, if you want, again, skin tickets, you can get those, that's fine. I'd recommend picking up the Reforged Material selections and the Greater Modification Gem selections, as well as the Equipment Conversion Gem selections. These are just really good for enhancing your gears, right? And this, though, the Reforged Material might not be as needed, right? You can get this from farming certain contents, but yeah, definitely recommend picking those up because these quantities of these Vanitas and stuff are not too important to keep holding on to. At least for this week, because you'll see here. We have your limited quantities of these accessory and equipment charms. Just pick these up because they're cheaper than the unlimited version. So in week 3, this is where you kind of want to save most of your Vanitas to dump, right? Because you can guarantee that you can buy a ton of lesser accessory and lesser equipment charms. And these charms are going to be fantastic. Now, obviously, you're probably going to have dumped a lot of your currency into this, right? Getting these charms here in greater quantities, but still really great to have the option of buying unlimited versions of them here. In week number 3, we have this box, which is the Magic Stone Chanced Gift Box. And as you can see, most of the rewards here are pretty much the same, except you have a 0.5% chance for each of the Mana Stones, and these are, the difference between these is that 2 of them are for 85 gears and 2 of them are for 88 gears. 1 for equipment, 1 for accessory, right? And so that's why we have 4 different stones. I don't recommend buying these. Don't recommend getting this box here because these stones, while they do reset your gear back to their original state, enhancing them up again is still very RNG, and it is just, in my opinion, not worth it. You're going to be farming so much gear during this event that hopefully, you won't need these certain pieces to be re-rolled, and also getting the Astrum and stuff, you can also get some pretty nice gears. From there, that your custom gears, right? Those are randomly enhanced, but keep in mind that these Mana Stones are also given out sometimes for other events, just for logging in and for other things, so you can stock up on these over time. You can keep those pieces that you want to reset like once or twice off to the side, keep them in your storage for later, but this is not a high priority. And the reason why is because week 4 has some of the best rewards here. Week number 4, you get your Dark Elemental Hero Summon ticket, which definitely pick that up, along with the Unknown Slate. 100% pick that up. Those are really good imprints for limited units and collab units. We also have the Restoration Mana Stone and the Reminder Mana Stone, along with the Returning Mana Stone and the Reversion Mana Stone. So you're already getting a lot of Mana Stones throughout this event, like through guaranteed boxes. No reason to go for the week 3 RNG boxes there. They give you really, really low value. And as for the Vanitas, right, again, you can get skin tickets if you want. Friendship gift selection chests, also kind of a low priority here. Right, not really needed, but at this point in week 4, you can't spend this Vanitas on all the previous weeks like unlimited items. You can't go back and buy these charms in unlimited quantities anymore, so you might as well pick this up for friendship. It could be nice. Maxing friendship to level 10 is pretty good. If you have a plus 15 unit in terms of skills with molas, you get 3 molas back, so it's not that bad. Getting artifact charms here is, again, not that bad, right, because you have the Epic Catalyst Selection chests that are unlimited. So I'd highly recommend you pick up all these charms here, and the reason I tell you guys to skip the Catalyst boxes from previously is because you can buy them in unlimited quantities here, and this is already when week 1, 2, and 3 are closed. You can't go back and buy unlimited charms and things like that. So you can just spend any of the excess Vanitas here on buying your Catalyst Selection chests. So not a huge priority in the previous weeks, right? And then the last box here for week number 4. This one, guys, is the Molagora Chance Gift Box. Please, please, please save your currencies. If you're buying the charm boxes in week 2, that's great. Save all of this currency in week 3 and week 4 after you buy out the limited quantities that you need. All the rest of the currency gets dumped into the Molagora gift boxes, guys. Trust me, when you get a 1.5% chance to get 30 molas and 0.5% chance to get 50 molas, Molagoras are the biggest limiting factor in this game, and it is the only currency, one of the only currencies that is not farmable, that is very much needed to enhance your character's skills. A lot of people ask me like, hey Azza, how come you have like 600 Molagoras? That's absolutely insane. The reason why I have so many Molagoras is because last year when we had the carrot farming event, I farmed exclusively for these boxes. I did not care about anything except Molagoras, and through one farming event, I was able to secure myself basically enough Molagoras for the rest of my time playing this game, hopefully, right? And I'll get even more with this farming event here. So even with this many, I might go back and just start enhancing a lot of my units, even support units to plus 15, just to min-max their damage output and stuff. But 100%, guys, especially if you're you're a not an endgame player who already, you know, has a lot of units built, you're gonna need Molagoras. Please, please, please save your currencies for week number 4. So to summarize here, the best things to buy from the shop, right? I would say week 1, a little bit of a wash. Week 2, 100% be spending your currencies, your Vanitas here on the equipment charms if you need equipment charms, right? In week 3, you can spend all of this, the Vanitas, right, on these unlimited charms as well. That's a really good way to buy them out here. And then week number 4, you go in here and you buy out these Molagora boxes, okay? So definitely make sure to maximize your farming with this event, burn as much stamina as you can, especially because right now I believe there is still a there's still a Milestone of Radiance boost, so you are getting 30% Essence of Radiance gain for a few more days, right? A couple more days, and for this, as you're farming, as you're burning stamina, you can get more of this, the Essence of Radiance, which can be used to unlock even more rewards through this feature here. And then this feature also, again, has its own shop that you can go in and purchase things with the currencies, right? So that is going to be it in terms of the guide for this perfume farming event. If you guys found this video helpful, do be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future content covering big updates just like this. And I will catch you in the next one. Take care.